Yeah, you gonna come, Ray? Come see if there are any berries ready. Oh, I can't hold two of you for my intro.
Oh my.
Welcome to our summer garden tour. We thought we'd give you a quick little update on what's been going on. This guy's the latest addition, which is why there hasn't been too much in the garden. And this guy's still around. Right, let's look for berries first thing. This used to all be covered in ivy, so last year we didn't know that we had these berries here. We've got a regular blackberry down there, and we think this is a boysenberry. So far we have managed to create one little no-dig bed, which in the size of this doesn't look very impressive, but it's doing pretty well. So this area we've just let go wild, and some really nice flowers have popped up, which it will be nice to get the seeds from and spread them into other wild areas. We've already harvested some beetroot, which have been really delicious. If you're looking at this thinking that's really random tomato planting, we actually didn't plant the tomatoes, they just popped up themselves. But they've got some tomatoes on, so we'll see. There's also quite a lot of courgettes that we didn't plant, but we like courgettes, so that's fine. And there's a lot of squash, butternut squash, so that'll be really good in the coming months. This apple tree is proving very fruitful. You want that one, do you? You want this one? How do we get the stalk out? Twist it. Juicy.
Can Daddy have a bite? Just your average cameraman. Got all my equipment with me. I used to carry bags heavier than this. I can deal with it.
Here are our 3 greengage trees. They've proven quite fruitful this year, and we've got lots of greengage jam. Our son is excellent at picking up greengages, which is really good because, as you can see, they're pretty far above your head. So you can't really get them when they're on the tree. You've got to wait for them to fall down and then pick them up before bugs get them. Shall I break it, get the stone out for you? Under this one we've got loads of irises, and Sarah Raven says now's the time to move and replant them. So I'll try and do that over the coming days, but it's a pretty big job.
That is a big job.
But they're meant to be 30 centimetres apart.
Oh really?
Yeah. And overcrowding is one of the big reasons for not flowering. In the spring and early summer we had lots of alliums and poppies in this bed, which was really nice. Now they've gone over, we've got the Japanese anemone here, which is known as a bit of a thug in the garden, but actually once it flowers it is pretty. I don't know what this is, it's quite random and I'm not really a fan. But this grass is really pretty. Since having a baby I don't know any plant names anymore, so. And after cowslip gate I'm not going to guess them.
These are nice. The furry ones.
Furry. Whoa.
What was that?
There's a hare.
There's a hare, we missed it. Oh, was it on camera? Oh. Wow, he shot out.
We've got a family of hares, which is a problem for the veg patch. Okay, these two fruit trees didn't fruit this year, so we still don't know what they are. Possibly because they're old, maybe because we pruned them, maybe because of the late frosts. Who knows? See what happens next year. We've got quite a lot of Dahlias, which some people hate, but I quite like, and bring in lots of butterflies, which is nice. And we also have several Hibiscus, both white and purple ones, which are pretty. Up here is the star of the garden, but it's not looking its best today. And that is our big Dahlia. These two are going over and the new ones haven't popped out yet, but it's pretty impressive. In this bed I planted 3 Echinacea plants, and ironically the one that I thought would struggle because of its location is actually the one that's doing the best. So you can see it at the back, and it's quite shaded, and I thought they liked more sun, so I thought it was going to really struggle, but that's the one that's flowering. Got a couple more Dahlia down here, and again we got the purple Hibiscus and the white one over there. For those of you that have just arrived on our channel, you can see what the garden looked like when we arrived a year ago by looking at our last video, which we'll link to here. You can see it's pretty different already, and we're looking forward to just building it up over time, adding more plants, making it suit us. When we arrived, really this was just Dahlia and the bay tree. This bed was completely covered, and we had no idea that half these plants were even there. In the spring we created this pond. It's not currently at its best, and actually it gets a lot of sun, which means the water does evaporate quite quickly, which we didn't realise. But the plants are really thriving and loving it. This rose is maybe the only rose in the garden that I actually really like, and earlier on in the season it looked magnificent with loads and loads of flowers. Then we had a windy day and it looked like we'd had a wedding with confetti everywhere. No, it's not that I don't like roses, I just don't like them in my garden. They're not the vibe I'm going for, and they're a bit too showy for me. A prime example of that is this rose here. Blousy. Now, we can't take them to the UK anymore, so if anyone in France wants some roses, at some point we'll be digging them up. Football. This summer we've had a little owl that perches on the barn at night, which has been really nice to see. We've had quite a lot of wildlife actually. The family of hares, woodpeckers, lots of all different types of bees, birds. So one day it'd be really good to get a wildlife camera that we can leave out and see what happens at night. So over the summer we've been doing quite a few bits and pieces on the property, but we haven't really been able to film it as we've had both children, or I've been heavily pregnant, so having 2 of us doing it hasn't been practical. But come the autumn we're looking to bring out videos more regularly. We're hoping to get a new camera that will make that much easier, and yeah, hopefully we'll be coming to you weekly at least.